Man, just when you thought things could get no worse for Dillon Gabriel, head coach Todd Monken drops a bombshell on the Cleveland's quarterback, Dillon Gabriel. And man, you won't believe what Todd Monken had to say about the third-round pick in last year's 2025 NFL draft. Todd Monken basically put it out there, and he didn't pull no punches either. And he said some things about Dillon Gabriel that are raising some eyebrows around social media and throughout the national media and the YouTube content creation space. You are now tuned into a brand new episode of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. I'm your host and the man behind the mic, K-Sap. For today, man, we got to talk about what Todd Monken said about Cleveland Browns quarterback Dillon Gabriel. We're going to talk about it right after this.
Let me push you on game. These other podcasts out here talking that shit, but ain't repping the same. It's my bro K-Sap, talking about topics for your optics, from politics to your cockpits. Tune in, you gotta watch this. Exclusive material for your radio, stereo, bumping high definition. Stop what you doing and listen. We smashing all competition. You better jump on this wave. Somebody pass me a mic, man. I got something to say.
Well, guys, you know I got something to say, man. Todd Monken, he dropped a bombshell, man. He dropped a bombshell on quarterback Dillon Gabriel. When you thought things could get no worse for Dillon Gabriel, you know, we just sat there and watched Myles Garrett get traded to the Los Angeles Rams, and they brought in Jared Verse. And Jared Verse wears number 8. And when he walked in after the trade, we saw Jared Verse wearing the number 8 uniform. So a lot of people have raised their eyebrows and said, what does that do for Dillon Gabriel? Where does Dillon Gabriel stand? What is going on with Dillon Gabriel? Now, we all know Dillon Gabriel was drafted in the 3rd round last year, 2025, to the Cleveland Browns. We also know that Dillon Gabriel took over the quarterback 1 position after Joe Flacco was traded out of Cleveland. We saw Dillon Gabriel go down against the Baltimore Ravens, was in concussion protocol. Shedeur Sanders took over for the remainder of the season for the last 7 games. And we really haven't heard too much from Dillon Gabriel. Mary Kay Cabot tried to advocate for Dillon Gabriel this year, coming into OTA saying, hey, don't forget about Dillon Gabriel. He's going to have some say in this quarterback competition. He's a guy that can deliver the ball. He can get the ball out quick. He makes his teammates better. This is everything that Mary Kay Cabot was saying. Even goes back to last year under the Kevin Stefanski regime. Kevin Stefanski really advocated for Dillon Gabriel. Dillon Gabriel was his guy. Kevin Stefanski was going to bat for Dillon Gabriel every chance he had and undermining everything that Shedeur Sanders brought to the table. And now that the Cleveland Browns have a new head coach in Todd Monken been standing on his morals and principles, and he's been standing 10 toes down, and he hasn't hedged yet. And this quarterback competition, as he said that was going to happen, we see this unfolding in front of our very own eyes. And the obvious thing is the quarterback competition is between Deshaun Watson and Shedeur Sanders. Where does that leave Dillon Gabriel? That leaves Dillon Gabriel as an afterthought. And after Todd Monken dropped his bombshell on the quarterback, basically admitting that Dillon Gabriel's time in Cleveland is almost over. So Kevin Stefanski, man, if you're hearing this message, man, you better come get your guy. You better bail him out. Because in this sense, man, Todd Monken is basically telling the world and telling everybody that wants to hear that Dillon Gabriel doesn't have a chance in Cleveland. And it's kind of crazy that, you know, things have come this far for Dillon Gabriel and for Dillon Gabriel's chances to be a quarterback for the Cleveland Browns right now is looking slim to none. So let's take a look at what Todd Monken had to say and how he dropped the bombshell on a report that was covered by Yahoo Sports. Let's take a look. Browns Todd Monken accidentally admitted Dillon Gabriel has no future in Cleveland. Browns Todd Monken accidentally admitted Dillon Gabriel has no future in Cleveland originally appeared on the Sporting News, and the Sporting News as a preferred source by clicking here. The Cleveland Browns decided to take Dillon Gabriel in the third round of the 2025 NFL Draft, a move that to this day doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. We can question a lot of what the Browns have done in recent years, and we are going to go down as a long list of why they made some of the wrong moves, but the decision to take Gabriel just happened to be one of the more interesting ones. Right now, the Browns still don't have their franchise quarterback, but are hopeful that one of Shedeur Sanders or Deshaun Watson can eventually be that guy. Watson has proven throughout his career that he can be a franchise quarterback, while Sanders didn't do a whole lot in his rookie season, though I don't think that's really much to blame of him. Regardless, there doesn't seem to be a feeling that Gabriel is getting much love from the Browns right now, and head coach Todd Monken pretty much admitted that with his latest comment. He said, in a perfect world, you love to have your starting quarterback, right? Monken told reporters, I'm not sure we'll be there. I'm just not. I think both quarterbacks have played well enough where we haven't really been in pads. We haven't played any games yet, haven't really got to the point yet. Every day, I kind of lean one way or the other way with the quarterbacks. Now, he's referring to Deshaun Watson and Shedeur Sanders. I'm fired up by the quarterbacks, Monken said. I just tell you, we got two starting level quarterbacks. We really do. To hear him say that they have two starting quarterbacks when he's speaking about Sanders and Watson pretty much guarantees that he's not going to give Gabriel a chance. Anything can happen in the NFL, and there's definitely a chance that Gabriel gets an opportunity to play because of some of the injuries and other factors, but he's not going to be the guy who gets all the opportunities seemingly in training camp, which is unfortunate news for the Oregon product. Now, you heard what Todd Monken told Yahoo Sports in the Sporting News. Basically, Dillon Gabriel's time in Cleveland is almost coming to an end. He's not going to give Dillon Gabriel them first-team reps that he got last year under the Kevin Stefanski regime. And basically, everybody that has been advocating for Dillon Gabriel, such as Mary Kay Cabot, they don't have nothing to say. After Mary Kay Cabot came out and made her statements early, going into OTAs about Dillon Gabriel still has a chance to be quarterback one, she has now stood pat. She has nothing to say, and everything's about Deshaun Watson and Shedeur Sanders. And now Mary Kay realizes that this is a quarterback competition. This is not no handouts where you just going to give it to Deshaun Watson and go about your business. Nah, Shedeur Sanders is a real thing. Shedeur Sanders is an NFL quarterback. Now, it goes back to last year when we told you guys, Dillon Gabriel will not be a successful NFL starting quarterback. And now that Todd Monken has took over the head coaching position, he sees what we all been seeing from last year about Dillon Gabriel. That's why the quarterback competition is only between Deshaun Watson and Shedeur Sanders. Nothing against Dillon Gabriel. I just think Kevin Stefanski really ruined his opportunity because he put him in there so early and he wasn't ready. He thrust him into the starting lineup because they traded Joe Flacco, which you should have just gave the keys to Shedeur Sanders and slowly built Dillon Gabriel up. Dillon Gabriel is the guy that needs all the reps. He needs all the practice. He needs a lot of things to happen before he will see the field for the Cleveland Browns. But like Todd Monken said, he just spilled the beans. He just openly admitted that Dillon Gabriel has no future in Cleveland. I see everybody in the comments section, #salute. If you're not subscribed to the channel, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, turn your post notifications on. So, you know, every time Simply Ball drops another hot banger. Oh, yeah, just in case I forgot. Tell a friend to tell a friend. It might not be for you, but it might be for them. And this is going to wrap up another episode of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. Excuse me. I'm your host and the man behind the mic, K-Sap. We'll catch you on the next one. Deuces.
Thanks for listening to the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share on all major platforms.
That's all, folks.